Our show focuses on homeownership, community, lifestyles, and success stories from across the country. We like to entertain and inform our audience by sharing cool stories from your city and across the nation. And of course, hear from a local pro from your market. Welcome to the last episode of the year. Today, we're going to check out some of the highlights of 2019 from coast to coast. I'm your host, Jem Morris, and welcome to the American Dream.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about the show? It's totally unscripted.
Our first story is brought to you by a professional in your city. Let's hear what they have to share this week.
Hi, I'm Andy Lockhart with Park Life Group, and today we're at Dora May Jewelry. We're going to go inside and meet Ansley Scrimshire, the owner, and Farrah Bloom's in there shopping already. So let's go take a look.
Hi, what's happening? We're picking out a bracelet for you. Which one do you like?
I like turquoise.
No, you like bling. You like sparkles.
I love it.
I think the more sparkles, the better. I want to look. Welcome to Dora May.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
You're so welcome.
I know. So Andy's told me a lot about this store, and as I've told you, like I follow you on Instagram and on social media, and I'm always like, that's so pretty.
I love stock. You stock.
Yes, yes, stock lovingly, stock lovingly. But I really wanted to find out a little bit like about your store and how it started.
Totally.
And kind of the story behind it, because I can just tell by like the creativity and the care that you take with your store that there's a story.
So much joy.
Yeah.
Actually, that is the best word ever. And even when we're thinking about Instagram, we're always just thinking about how do we share the story of each piece, because I think that's what connects people to each one, is that each one has a story. And in fact, if you look on the tag, every piece has the story written down. So you can tell which era or combination of eras that each piece is from. But to back up a little bit, Dora May is the name of my grandmother. And she gave me boxes of her vintage jewelry collection when she was moving into her nursing home. So there was one day we were all in her house. She was pulling down box after box after box. And we're like, May, where is all this from? And she had been collecting it for 60 years. Actually, when I opened this store 4 years ago, I had gone to Africa, and I was either going to quit Dora May altogether, it was getting overwhelming, it was growing too much in my house, or I was going to open a store. Well, at that moment, I also happened to be invited to go to Africa to teach women the art of jewelry making. So every necklace you see with any beaded component to it is hand created by 9 women in Madagascar.
We're just grateful that you're here and that you're less than 10 minutes from my house. So it's perfect.
Love it. I love being in this community.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a part of the community and for meeting with us today. We really appreciate
so welcome.
it.
Love it. Yes.
Here we are at Mighty Girl Fitness. Andy, I want to introduce you to Casey Line. She's the owner of Mighty Girl Fitness. It's a newer fitness studio here for all of the residents in Baldwin Park and on the outskirts that really love to come here and enjoy it. So come on in, I'll introduce you.
Great.
Hi, Casey. How are you?
Hi.
So good to see you. Thank you so much for meeting with us. This is Andy.
Hi, Andy.
Yes. So I wanted to bring Andy here so that he could see Mighty Girl Fitness. I've been telling him about it, and he had a couple questions for you. So.
Great.
Yeah, I was just wondering, what was your inspiration to start Mighty Girl Fitness?
My inspiration to start Mighty Girls was to build confidence and get ladies and girls moving. I wanted to start with young girls, like age 8 to 12, where it's really awkward and they don't want to move a lot and they really lack a lot of self-confidence. So I started with that group and said, oh my goodness, if we could reach them and get them moving and excited about exercise and feeling good, then that's amazing and a great place to start. And we wanted to create a small, comforting environment. So none of our classes will be more than 10 people. And because of that, it's less intimidating. Yes. It's less intimidating for young girls. It's actually really less intimidating for ladies too. I'm a 12-year resident of Baldwin Park myself, and so looking at places, I walked into this space. It was my very first space I looked at, and I said, yep, this is it.
Yeah, perfect. I'm so happy for you. We're so happy to have you in this neighborhood, and I know it's been really well received. I mean, you guys haven't been here that long. How long have you been here now?
We opened August 19th.
Yeah, so, and I mean, it already feels like you guys have been here forever, so
yes,
it's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time today.
Yes,
I really appreciate
thank you.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming with us to Dora Mae Jewelry in Ivanhoe Village and to Mighty Girl Fitness here in Baldwin Park. These beautiful areas here in Orlando are highly desired. We always get lots of requests for them, and we just thought we would share some of the businesses that we frequent. I'm Farrah Bloom.
And I'm Andy Lockhart.
And we are Park Life Orlando. Come visit us at www.parklifeorlando.com. Have a great day.
I hope you learned something interesting about your city and enjoyed the local content. Up next, we're going to revisit some of this year's best moments from the West Coast, which some say might be the best coast.
Hello, I'm Alan Canis, and I'm one of the top real estate agents in the United States. I serve a niche market called the San Francisco Peninsula. Located just 20 minutes south of San Francisco, 20 minutes north of Silicon Valley, and just 5 minutes from the San Francisco International Airport. All, of course, with no traffic. We find Burlingame, California. When working with my clients, attention to the smallest details is so important, even down to a pocket square. Speaking of a pocket square, it's time to meet my favorite family couture store, Sam Maloof. Come on in. Hey Sam, great to see you.
Nice to see you. Welcome.
I need a pocket square.
Oh, great.
Stand right over here, and I will bring you the pocket square.
Great.
Trying to match your coat and tie today?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
I got a beautiful one right here. Let me show this to you. This is from Keaton, all silk.
Ooh.
Beautiful browns and blues. I'll help you do that.
Oh, let's see.
Here.
Oh, that one's nice.
Is that pretty?
Yeah, that
like
one's
that?
nice. Let's
So I
see.
can take a look in the
Yeah,
mirror?
let's see. Okay.
That's pretty. Then here's another beautiful one.
Let's
Let me
see.
show you this. So if you like this, similar colors.
I like that.
Thanks, man.
Okay.
But I think I like that first one better.
I think I like that one.
Works better.
That one's better. Okay.
All right.
But
How's
perfect. Sold.
beautiful? Wonderful.
I like this. I know your first secret to your success is your beautiful wife, Gloria.
Thank you.
What do you consider your main secret to your success?
I think foremost is product, having the absolute best product there is. We shop all over Europe, bringing our clients, from all the wonderful countries that make handmade products. Number two is being able to execute
absolute labor of love for me. I have been involved with this project from the very beginning. This is a classic mid-century home nestled atop the Hollywood Hills. We're in an area known as the Outpost Estates, which is technically part of the Hollywood Hills on the east side. Asking price for this beauty, $2.5 million will buy you this jewel in the hills. And you get a free orchestra with it, because right behind me, literally on the other side of the hill, is the Hollywood Bowl. And if you listen on a chilly LA starry night, you can hear the national anthem being played by LA Philharmonic. So without further ado, I am terribly excited to show you all of the beauty that this property has. So come on, let's have a look around. Now, it is no easy feat to build such a house, because we're dealing with a pretty small footprint on a piece of rock with a cliff below you. But I love the mid-century lines of this house. And then come with me this way. This is why people who live in the hills love the hills. It is because of the views. Look at this. You've got downtown behind you. On a clear day, you can see all the way to Long Beach. And people just go nutsy fruitcake for the views. And then check this out. Silence. We're in the middle of LA, and you can barely hear a thing. You just see the birds flying by. And what I'm going to do is, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let you all feel like you live in a $2.5 million house. Just for a moment, I'm going to step out of the way so you can enjoy the view. Michael! Michael! Come and visit me in my boudoir. Isn't this fabulous? If only I was naked with champagne, it would be even more fabulous. Well, I'm sure the viewers would probably be punching out of the channel if that was the case. But this is the ultimate Hollywood bathroom experience. I would sit here sipping on my champagne, watching the helicopters fly by as they film the celebrities at Mann's Chinese Theatre, which is literally right there. Hollywood Bowl and Hollywood Boulevard is right there. And this makes me feel like king for a day. Just gonna imagine.
Hey guys, Alexander Garcia here, bringing you back to the coastal cities of San Diego. I'm standing here in Embarcadero Marina, the walkway along downtown's waterfronts. This place has a bit of history to it, so let me show you. Embarcadero Marina gives some of its visitors some of the best views of downtown, some of the best restaurants to choose from, and the most historic landmarks along the way. But by far, my favorite landmark stands 25 feet tall, the most romantic of them all, the one and only Embracing Peace statue.
Oh, there, Tiger.
You didn't actually think I'd leave Hallie out of this one, did you?
Okay, Alex, I know you think you got the moves, but in all seriousness, what does this statue symbolize?
Right, so the story behind the statue is that it actually depicts a very famous photo back in World War II. So the photo was taken in 1945 as an American sailor embraced a nurse with a kiss in New York City's Times Square to celebrate the ending of World War II.
Oh, that's so romantic.
Right? And the crazy thing is that these two people didn't even know each other. It was just a random kiss. So, I mean, but, you know, in all fairness, I could understand the excitement of the sailor, knowing that the war was finally over.
Yeah.
I don't know, a random stranger kiss, is that a little too much?
I mean, I think we'd have to see for ourselves. Challenge?
You want to go kiss some strangers?
Go!
Let's go kiss some strangers. Just kidding,
No,
just
but
kidding.
seriously, in all seriousness, Alex, what does this kiss and this symbolize to you?
Right. I think the statue symbolizes the love and the freedom that we can now enjoy because of all the sacrifice that these soldiers, specifically the sailors, made for us.
Look at you, Alex. Get deep. I like it.
So there's certainly an interesting amount of irony as to the location of this love statue, as sitting right across these still waters lies one of the fiercest landmarks in San Diego. Weighing in at 45 tons, the length of 3 football fields, and carrying 176 anti-aircraft cannon guns. Allie, you probably already guessed it.
Obviously.
The one and only USS Midway ship. This beauty, or should I say beast of a machine, has so much history here in San Diego. Believe it or not, the USS Midway was the world's largest ship up through 1955. It was finally decommissioned in San Diego in 1992 and now serves as the most visited naval warship museum in the United States today, with over 1 million visitors annually.
Things are looking pretty cool over here on the West Coast, but we still have more to come. Stay tuned as we see some of this year's best moments from the South and Midwest.
Nashville's secret agents. Guess what our mission is today? Well, I'm wearing my boots for a reason. We're in our hometown, Nashville, Tennessee.
Nash Vegas, Tennessee, guys. This is where I've been selling real estate for 18 years. It's time today to take them down to the honky tonks, Tootsies.
That's right.
Hey, code name Boo Boo. Code name Baby Man, and I got the Boo Boo t-shirt on. They're gonna be selling Hank Williams Jr. t-shirts down there, but they ain't got nothing on this one, baby. Let's go to Nash Vegas, come on.
Let's see it. Home of the Tennessee Titans. Woo!
We're at Printer's Alley, guys. This is Lonnie's Western Room, the best karaoke spot in America, right here on Printer's Alley. But you know what?
It's closed. And quite often, the best karaoke singer ever appears in there.
She's so sweet. Let's go. Let's keep rolling.
Auditorium, home of the Grand Ole Opry.
Guys, this is where all of the legends got their start in country music. Porter Wagner, Dolly Parton. Who doesn't love Dolly Parton?
I do.
Come on, Hank Williams Sr. I'm gonna show you guys something here in a second that's awesome.
A secret entrance, it's so cool, come on. Right here, Jay always tells a story. Anytime we have any guests come to Nashville, he loves telling the story, so tell it, baby.
Here's the deal. This is Tootsie's Orchid Lounge right here. All right, so Tootsie's Orchid Lounge is a dive bar that's right out the back entrance here. This is the secret Hank Williams Sr. entrance. Guys, when Hank needed a drink in between his shows.
Because you could not drink in the Ryman. So he would sneak out right here, go over to Tootsie's, have a drink, and then go back in and finish his show. And Jay actually sang at Tootsie's for 4 years.
I know, I know.
He did.
Let's go in Tootsie's, come on.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, so this is a song I wrote a long, long time ago. It's called She Believes in Angels, but really I should have wrote this about myself because my beautiful angel's over there. So this is called She Believes in Angels. Angels, she believes they won't let her down. Yeah. There you go, baby. You're my angel. I love you.
Good job, baby.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Give me that sunshine, sunshine. Give me them good times. Nothing but good vibes.
The word tamale is a Spanish word that pretty much means made of dough or masa. It has been predated to 7000 BC, where it's in Mesoamerica in pre-Columbian times. They use it just as a dipping bread, and they would dip it into sauce and stew. The Aztecs and the Mayans would wrap it up in corn husks and give it to warriors because it was a really good portable food when people were trying to go around and conquer the world. In El Paso, Texas, there's people that actually make them sweet. In South Texas, they make them big. Gerald Ford tried to eat one without taking the husks off in 1976, but here's the point. Everyone has a different style of tamales. And we're gonna go check out how San Antonio has made tamales their tradition around the holiday.
We're here with Aida. Aida, what is your fondest memory of tamales?
My grandmother, when we were kids, we used to make them during Christmas.
Just hanging around with my grandparents, getting all the masa ready, cooking down all the pork.
I don't remember how old I was, but just like seeing it and not knowing what it was until she opened it up and then you actually taste it.
So one of the seasonings that Panamanians use quite often is saffron. She would cook the saffron liquid with her pork that she filled the tamales with.
And she would show us step by step and let us make the masa and we'd put it on the corn husks and we'd make a mess. But that was the fun of it.
So I would say I was probably had to be around 4 or 5. But yeah, around Christmas time, I'd always look forward to getting tamales from her.